going to take proud Americans like yourself and La Raza to rise up and win the most important election of our lifetime. The future of our children is on the line. This is not about Mayra Flores. This is about all of us. We the people. I was born in Burgos, Tamaulipas, Mexico. ¿Alguien aquí de México? And in Mexico, we are raised with strong conservative values, God and family and hard work. And when I came here to the United States, I wasn't going to forget those values that were instilled in me by my abuelitos and parents. You see, the Democrat Party wants you to put those values aside. And let me tell you, no political party is worth you putting your values aside. No political party. This is not just about us. Like I said, this is about our children. And I want them to accomplish the American dream just like I did, just like y'all did. All of you are the American dream. A lot of times we look at politicians, actors as the American dream. But let me tell you something. I didn't accomplish the American dream when I got elected. I ran for office to fight, to protect the American dream, but I accomplished the American dream way before. Y'all are the American dream. And our children deserve better. They did not inherit a country that is $35 trillion in debt. Is that really the country that we want to inherit to our children? Just like the American people are in a budget, it is time that we put Washington in a budget and stop raising the debt ceiling. We cannot continue to do that. It's not right and it's not fair for our children. That needs to stop. We want to continue the overspending, sending millions, billions of dollars to Ukraine and foreign countries, money we don't have. And it is time that we invest those billions and trillions of dollars in the United States of America. 61% of Americans right now live paycheck to paycheck. That's right, 61% of Americans. And I ask myself, and I ask you who live paycheck to paycheck, what is it going to take for you to rise up and say enough is enough? This cannot happen and continue to happen anymore. I cannot imagine 4 more years of the Biden administration. It scares me more than the chupacabras. Seriously, just the thought of it scares me more. Like, I'm not scared of the chupacabras anymore. I'm more scared of Biden being in office 4 more years. We can't. He's destroyed our economy. He's destroyed our border. They talk about being humane with migrants. It's truly inhumane what they're doing to the people coming into this country. They continue to encourage illegal immigration, knowing how dangerous it is, knowing that the Mexican cartel is charging them thousands and thousands of dollars. If you don't pay the Mexican cartel, they will kill you. They have no respect for human life. They have no respect for children. Children are being abused and raped every single day. How can we continue to encourage that? And that's exactly what the Biden administration is doing. If we care about migrants, we would secure the border. It saves lives. And it keeps children safe. Because I don't care where these children are from, and I don't care what their status is. Children are children, and we protect them at all costs. And under this administration, they have lost track of 87,000 children. 87,000 children. We don't know where they're at. The United States is number one in child trafficking. Mexico is the number one supplier. That needs to end. I encourage you to go watch the movie Sound of Freedom if you haven't. It is the most important movie you'll ever watch. Tim Ballard is a real hero that fights to protect children being trafficked, not just here in the United States, but around the world. So it is important that we also do our part. We need more awareness, and we need to put in place laws that protect children and that put child traffickers in prison for the rest of their life. Child traffickers do not deserve a second chance. Child traffickers exploit and abuse children. Enough is enough. And it is time that we have someone in the White House that has a hard hand. We need it. We don't need someone who doesn't even know what today is, probably asleep. You know, when people tell me, Mayra, what qualifications do you have? Honestly, I'm like, look at our president. Really? Are we really going to talk about qualifications? This man graduated from a prestigious university. I don't know, has like 50 years, 60 years of political experience. What good does that do if they have no love for our country and no common sense? So we need more of your everyday Americans to start running this country. We need you. Don't ever allow anyone to tell you that you're not qualified. That's what they want us to believe, that we're not qualified to run for office. All of us are qualified. The first week that I was there, I said to myself, how did I get here? The second week, I was like, how did they get here? I mean, it's true. They made it seem like the impossible. And I was like, what? I could do this? What do you mean? All of us can do it. We need more teachers there. We need more plumbers, respiratory therapists, nurses. We need all of you running this country. You know, no disrespect to lawyers, but we got enough of you already. We need other occupations too, you know. But yeah, I really do believe that our country would be in better hands if people like us would be running this country. And man, we need some serious term limits. Seriously. And I mean on both sides here, guys. Both sides. We definitely need term limits, and I think that our country would be so much better. But listen, again, this is the most important election of our lifetime. Get involved. We cannot do this on our own. If you're not able to volunteer, donate. Donate to our campaigns. Donate to the local GOPs. We need the funding to be able to spread the message across the district, to be able to do commercials in Spanish and English, to be able to communicate with all people. You know, yesterday I was in Bronzeville, in Cameron Park, and this area is very poor and Spanish-speaking community, and was talking about the necessities that they have and the issues in South Texas, and most of them said that they didn't vote in 2022, but they voted in 2020, and that they voted for Biden. And I said, ¿y va a votar por Biden otra vez? No, ya no vamos a votar por él. No. Eso, ¿por quién va a votar? Not kidding, guys. They said trompas. Cameron Park. This is Cameron Park. This is legit. I was like, wow. And then they started like, todos aquí vamos a votar por trompas. Man, I was like, that's right. Look, a lot of people are scared to talk about, you know, or mention President Trump. He was the greatest president ever. Why are people so scared? Why are people so scared to mention President Trump? Under President Trump, we had a secure border. We had a strong economy. We all had more money in our pockets. I mean, who doesn't want more money? If you want more money, si usted quiere más dinero, vote por trompas. Okay? If you want more money, vote for Trump. It's that simple. I don't care if, who is in the White House. I just want them to do a good job. That's all I want. Just do your job. None of them are going to come to the carne asada. Well, maybe President Trump, right? We'll invite him for the carne asada. But, none of them are going to come, and interact. And so I tell people all the time, vote for the right person, the person that's going to put in place the right policies. But it's not just the executive order that is important. It's also Congress, the House of Representatives. We have to keep the majority. So it's important that we re-elect your congresswomen. But it's also very important that Mayra Flores gets re-elected in Texas District 34. When I got elected in the special election, I became the first Mexican-born congresswoman ever elected in Congress. Y la queso, que les arda a los demócratas. They hate it. Why? Because they've always said that the Hispanic community was theirs. They felt that they owned the Hispanic community. And it was because of lack of information, because we're conservative. Hispanics are Republicans. They just don't know it. We are about faith, family, freedom. That's who we are. It's the lack of information. So that is why it's so important that y'all talk to your friends and families. ¿Les gusta el chisme? Pónganse en hablar. Pónganse en hablar. Start talking. Don't be afraid to talk about politics. They're not afraid. So it's important that we start talking at the kitchen table about kitchen table issues and about our values. Not only do they want to erase our values that were instilled in us, they're also wanting to take away our children. You see, in states like California and New York, if you don't support gender ideology, they will take away the custody of your children. That is happening right now. Telling little girls that they can be little boys, telling little boys that they can be little girls. Any parent, any doctor that supports the mutilation of their child should be arrested and in jail. Once you become an adult, go for it. God gave us free will. You decide what you think is best for you, but not with our children. Allow them to enjoy their childhood. Let's protect their innocence. Let's protect their education. And parents, start talking to your children. And don't just assume that these values they're going to just be born with. No, you have to instill values, morals, principles, good manners into your children. It is not the teacher's responsibility. It is not the government's responsibility. That's our responsibility. So it's time that us parents take the time to instill those values into our children, so those values live for many, many generations. You see, even though I was born in Mexico, I'm proud of my heritage and values, and I'll never hide it. I was born in Burgos, Tamaulipas, Mexico, and I always say it, and I'm proud of it. But I'm also a proud American. This is the greatest country in the world. Don't believe what the Democrats tell you, that you have to choose either one. A lot of times if we celebrate the 4th of July, ya se cree moncho, ya se cree americano. Like, what? I'm an American. I can celebrate 4th of July too. But I can celebrate our culture in Mexico too. We can do both. Don't allow the Democrat Party to tell you that if you are a proud American, you have to forget about those values. Absolutely not. The reason why I'm conservative is because I want to preserve those values of my abuelita and my abuelos that they instilled in me. So it's important that we know who we are. But it's also important that we are also proud of this country and that we fight for this country. Because if we lose this country, ¿para dónde vamos a ir? Where are we going to go? There's nowhere else to go. So we have to get out of our comfort zone and we have to fight this war. Because if we don't fight this war, our children and grandchildren will have to fight this war. So we have to fight it. Are you ready to fight this war? I can't hear you. God bless you. God bless you. And remember, God, family, and country. Dios, familia y patria. Dios me les bendiga. God bless you. Thank you.